Okay, Vanessa, let's have a look at your script here. Citizen journalism is a positive development. You say critics argue journalism may be unreliable and untrained. I think journalists can be untrained. But anyway, this untrained part, I think is better to put it as your explanation. It talks about why it is unreliable, right? So untrained could be an explanation rather than a topic sentence. The spread of fake news and rendering it a negative development. Great. Citizen journalists are typical people, I think ordinary people, okay, with first-hand experience. Maybe this one should be ordinary people who witness incidents, newsworthy incidents or happenings. Yeah, who witness. However, many of them lack skills of proper investigation analysis of the situation at hand, being quick to upload any jaw-dropping news, photos, videos. Okay, proper investigations. Yeah. Okay, good. With the advent of social media, so the untrained part, you could put it here, somewhere. Due to lack of training, they lack all this. News media spread at immense speed. Good. Good. Maybe one thing that you might want to include is that citizen journalists lack the kind of ethical and journalistic standards training that traditional journalists have gone through. So it's better to do some comparison there, so it's clear. Oh, okay, these guys have this. These guys, citizen journalists, they don't have that same training, journalistic standards to abide to. Okay, without going to recce, okay, to investigate, I think. Investigate and fact check. Now, this is not exactly fake news, right? Remember, I did talk about fake news. Fake news is hoax and conspiracy theory. This is not a hoax, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is just like poor reporting, reporting without fact checking. So, the spread of misleading information or falsehood, I think that's much better. Okay, in the next paragraph, you have traditional journalists in more chaotic places where traditional journalists lack access to these areas. More chaotic. I think in more conflict-laden places, areas. So yes, you can say citizen journalism sometimes, sometimes is the only way for the world to obtain first-hand footages and of the happenings. Yeah. Okay, I think this is maybe you can talk about coverage. Yeah? Citizen journalism offers greater coverage than traditional journalism does. And then everything here, you put it in your explanation. I realize your topic sentences are quite long and they delve quite deep into the reason behind the reason. So you just give like the reason here, which is, the reason is good because of greater coverage. Then what is the reason for greater coverage? Oh, it's because of this lack of access by traditional journalists. So citizen journalists are the only source of information. Okay, yes, you rely on citizen journalists. You can also add in another word here on inadvertent citizen journalists for original footages of the event. Now, this is not exactly like conflict or chaotic circumstance. Okay, it's just that it's just the person just happens to be there. So excuse me. So I don't think this is a good example. Maybe you just want to stick to greater coverage. That's it. Yeah. And then use Palestine as a kind of like evaluation. Okay? So this greater coverage is even more important in areas that are conflict-ridden. So you finish writing about greater coverage here, okay, and then evaluate by talking about conflict and then talk about Palestine here. Okay. Marginalized people. This one you should be as marginalized groups are now given a voice to do this. Okay. So overall, very good. Yeah, just do SV and then evaluation. Okay. This paragraph on citizen journalism. You say individual reports make us more informed citizens who are aware of our society. This one I'm not too sure. Like, are you saying that traditional journalism doesn't have this awareness causing inducing feature? I'm not too sure. Okay, now this one over here, it seems like you're talking about coverage already. Yeah. um like all journalism makes us informed, just as citizen journalism, it covers a wider area. And there are a lot more citizens than journalists in the world. So this can go together with the one on Tanjong Pagar. Okay, talk about coverage, and then evaluate, talking about Palestine. These two are very similar. The way they appear, they are very similar. So I think that's the best thing you can do. But anyhow, let's continue with this. Now this, if you want to talk about additional verification, it further corroborates, C-O-R-R-O, corroborates is spelled this way. Corroborate. Okay, the narrative, the reports offered by the United States government, it lends greater credibility. I think citizen journalism offers greater credibility than traditional journalism, especially since people nowadays are increasingly skeptical of traditional journalism. Citizen journalism, it provides more sources to corroborate what is said in mainstream media and by the government. Yeah, I think that could be one paragraph. So if you're gonna keep this, just change same example but change your point and your explanation. Okay, so all is good here. Very good. Any question you can ask me.